gentlemen.
Go Tiger! Was that an Eagle net one? Eagle net one. Go the hole. Go the hole. Go the hole. Oh my God!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another installment of the Golf Collective podcast. I'm here. Josh Price is your host. We got a little surprise for you guys. We've got our third here for the first time, Mr. Carter Nelson. Carter, how you doing?
Hello. I'm doing pretty good. Had a Belmont women's basketball today game that I worked and chilling. Ate some dinner.
Cool.
Wrote down some hot takes, some ideas to bring to the game.
Yeah.
And change it for the better.
As always, we got our buddy here, Matthew. Matthew, how's it going?
What's going on, guys? Good to be back. It's been a minute, but we're excited.
Yeah. So today we finally got our boy Carter on, and we've asked him to produce some hot takes in the world of golf. And I think we're just gonna kind of run through this list and converse and maybe argue. I don't know. We have no idea what Carter's brought, and I'm super excited to hear what he's got written down.
Well, I have 10. I wrote down 10. Some of them are hot takes where it comes to like watching golf or playing golf, and then others are changes to the game that I think should be made either for like one round of golf or just to have more fun. So we'll start off the list with something that I think I've always believed this going into it, and I think people being overly impressed by like a decent bunker shot really makes me mad. It's kind of the philosophy that Big Randy has of like bunkers aren't, analyzing anymore. 9 out of 10 times you have a really good lie. Yeah, and if it's, you should be able to get the ball out of a bunker if you've hit at least, 30 minutes on the short game area and figured out how to hit a bunker shot. It's not that hard. I personally don't think it's that hard.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just preface the fact that Carter was a college golfer. We need to get that out.
That's
Put
the
that out.
emphasis here, and bunkers are a really strong part of my game. But you should be able to hit sand hard enough. The thing about a bunker shot is when you hit the sand goes everywhere. So if the ball's right here and you hit the sand behind it, it's going to push the ball up into the air.
That's generally how it works.
I feel like
we've just hit the sand as hard as you can and just get the ball out.
We've done a poor job of introducing our friend here.
Yeah, he's coming in firing.
Yeah. Carter,
I kind of expected him to kind of introduce himself a little bit better.
Yeah, I'll give some more background. Grew up playing every sport that I possibly could have wanted.
Carter played every sport he could possibly play.
Got tired of losing team games and team sports when I would play really well, but my team wouldn't play as well as I did, so we would lose, and that made me mad. My dad picked up golf after he stopped playing college baseball and tried to get me into playing golf all the time when I was growing up. He'd bribe me with popcorn going to the Indian Hills range, and I'd get free popcorn if I hit a green or something like that. The popcorn was free either way. All I had to do was walk in the house and get popcorn. But an 8-year-old has no better idea. So sophomore year of high school was when I just started playing golf exclusively and decided I wanted to try and go play in college and went through the whole recruiting thing. Ended up at a D2 school of Christian Brothers University. Played there for a year and a half and ultimately kind of got burned out of the college grind and had some things that didn't really go my way when it came to playing in college. So I decided to stop playing competitively before I just ultimately hated golf and didn't want to do anything with it anymore. So I didn't burn out completely, but I saw that the burnout was coming, and I decided that if I wanted to keep playing this game with my friends like y'all or my dad, then I should probably step aside. So yeah.
And now he plays. Now Carter plays 5 times a year and shoots 74 every time he walks onto a golf course.
That is correct. I think, Carter, you and I played with our dads, was it Thanksgiving kind of time?
Yeah, around Thanksgiving.
You shot 80, and I think that's the first time I've seen you shoot 80 in like 4 years. So.
Yeah, that was a bad round.
Yeah. So yeah.
Not a good round.
Carter has played some collegiate golf and a lot of competitive high school golf. So he does know what he's talking about, and continue the hot takes.
So that's his background, but I'm going to go ahead and just throw out the fact that I fully and completely agree I've heard Big Randy say this before, but bunkers shouldn't be raked.
Oh,
Don't rake
yeah,
them.
yeah.
They're penalties.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have a perfect lie in a bunker. That's not what it's about.
I agree, and
So
I think bunkers.
I saw a
Go ahead,
video.
Josh.
I saw a video today about this. There's a video of the starter at Tobacco Road talking about how bunkers here out there are just kind of wasteland, and you can
it's all
improve
the
your
same
lie
thing.
and take a practice swing and stuff. And I I I don't know if that plays into like what we're talking about here, but I kind of love that.
Just make it all bunkers waste areas. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah, I think you don't throw rakes out there. If you're sitting in a hole or something, like that's the name of the game. It's a penalty area.
Yeah. It's a penalty. It should be hard.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
I
I
think
agree. Carter's coming in with a solid take right off the
that
rip.
one's not as hot. This next one isn't really hot. It's just more of a gripe that I have. This whole like turning golf outfits into just like leisurely clothes really makes me mad. I don't want to see Ultra Boost golf shoes. Give me golf shoes that look like golf shoes. A
This
football
guy's
cleat looks completely different than a sneaker for
that's
specific
true.
reasons.
Are
I don't
we
want to, yeah.
are we
Carter
harping
wants
on
to go back
Jason
to
Day?
knickers.
Like the Jordan golf shoes, those are good. Those are pretty good looking, but not everyone can wear them. Like if I see my 50-year-old dad out there in a pair of Jordan golf shoes,
Yeah.
what are you doing? And push. It's not really happening anymore because we got hoodies into the game. But wearing t-shirts while you play golf, I don't understand that. I have to have a collar, at least something on my neck. I think it just looks better. It's like a
I
uniform for golf. And I know
don't
Matthew's not
care.
gonna.
I'll play in
Yeah,
anything.
Matthew doesn't care about that.
I'll play naked. I don't give a shit.
I agree. I think there's golf has a history of etiquette, and I think there's some sort of there's etiquette to
Listen,
what you
you
wear.
can have great golf course etiquette. You don't have to wear the golf clothes like this. Just because you don't wear golf clothes doesn't mean you don't have good golf etiquette. You're starting to sound like your boomer dad, Jeff.
Well, Dad has hotter takes than me, which could also be a hot takes part 2 episode. But
Carter sounds like he wants to go back to knickers and suits.
Yeah, be careful with that. But
That was a little close, I guess.
I just think look at Ben Hogan is a really good example. You don't have to wear the hat that he wore because the hat's kind of
Or the
silly, but
pants.
he looked a lot better playing. Like that's a good style in playing golf. And Arnold Palmer and all of that kind of generation. You look good. You look like you're playing golf. You don't look like you're about to go run.
So are you saying that you don't like even like I guess like later Tiger era, everything when it started getting slim fit and like muscle
The
shirts
slim
out
fit's
there, that's
fine.
when you're
It's not the baggy.
okay.
It's more the shoes. Shoes are making me mad.
It's mainly just shoes. Okay.
Yeah, like the tennis shoes becoming golf shoes. You can't put
Like
spikes on the bottom of
like Air
anything.
Maxes. You're
Yeah,
not
Air
a fan of
Maxes.
the Air Maxes?
or the Jordan
No,
like basketball shoes.
or a lot of the Skechers
Oh,
shoes.
don't get me started on Skechers.
So it sounds like you're a big hater of the that one brand that sends you your own spikes to screw into your shoes. Golf
I didn't
kicks.
even know that was a thing.
Oh yeah. I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
That you can put your own golf spikes in just tennis shoes.
You
You
put
screw them
you can
into
put
the
spikes
bottom.
in your Birkenstocks
Hey.
if you want.
Yeah.
If people want to buy that, go ahead and buy it, but get away from me.
You
I
could
don't
get
want
some
it.
you could get some rainbows out there, some flip-flops with spikes in the bottom of them.
How do you feel
I
about
think
Jason Day then and Malbon?
Yeah, and Malbon.
I don't know. Jason Day's a weird example because that works for Jason Day and probably
It
only
does.
Jason.
It's true.
I kind of think Ricky could pull it off.
I agree.
Ricky's too skinny. Too
Ricky
small.
with his hair, with his new hair.
Got some long hair.
He just cut it. Did you see it was cut on Tuesday?
Yeah, it was cut a little bit, but it still looked pretty terrible.
I think he heard us. I think he got a little self-conscious.
I hope he did. He was
I'm
looking.
mad about
First
that.
off, his golf game was terrible, and his hair looked disgusting.
Did you wear the glasses? I didn't even pay attention.
I don't remember.
Anyways,
I haven't watched the TGL since the first night.
Last Tuesday was a snooze fest.
it was
That's what I
pretty
heard.
bad. Yeah, ratings
Yeah.
were still greater than any basketball game that was on in that slot, but it just was like nothing. Like
I have some ideas that we could take and apply to the TGL in this list.
Mm.
Okay.
We'll stay on the topic of outfits. I wrote down, but I think I can expand on this. There should be one round in the British Open where they have to wear kilts.
Whoa.
Wow.
We could even push that to there one round, whatever country you're playing in or like area of the United States that you're playing in, you have to wear something for at least one round that correlates with the area that you're playing in.
So like
So
if they play in like Liverpool
Up in
and
Canada, give them a puffer jacket.
Liverpool's known for red and blue plaid, they gotta wear that.
Yeah.
Or if they're known
You're
for
playing-
flip flops, are they gonna wear flip flops out on the golf course? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
what-
you're playing in Miami.
I was about to say, are they going to be wearing a Speedo? Like what?
Hey, you can. Just for one round. I don't need it the whole round, just for one round.
I think I'm
But
I
the
think I'm out
kilts-
on that one.
Kilts in the Open.
I kind of the kilts in the Open's pretty funny. Maybe for a practice round.
I guess I mean
or like the
go place a bet against
no,
Phil
they
Mickelson.
Augusta
He'll
would
wear
never
whatever.
let that happen.
He'll wear whatever you want.
Bill Mickelson's a big jogger guy now.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
he's got the calves for it.
He does.
got-
He really does.
He's
Yeah.
got some calves. That's interesting. Kilts.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm.
I don't know. That was one that I just threw out there.
I'm
to try
not
and
in
get.
on that.
That's fine. Number 8, hitting your irons far would be like one of the least important things for a golfer, or one of the least impressive things that they can say.
Ah,
You hit your 7-iron 192 yards, sure. Cool.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's probably also a
Iron-
5-iron loft.
Now you're just hating
Are
on
we talking about
Bryson.
Bryson? Yeah.
Saying.
I think that's a good correlation to the text I sent yesterday. I don't know if you guys know. I got no
You're
reaction
going to
out of
Tempo
it.
Town.
Yeah.
Just straight. I went to the range today finally for the first time in a month, and my tempo is actually terrible, and I think that's because I want to hit my 7-iron 195 yards. But
Yeah, once you can get past that block of trying to hit your irons as far as you can, or like just trying to hit it, if you're 80% of an iron for a 7-iron is 160 yards, and that's how far your 7-iron is going to go. If you can hit it that far consistently. And every golf YouTuber has shouted this from the rooftops, but I don't know. I just don't find it that impressive when people say how far they hit their clubs, unless it's your driver.
yeah, I agree. I think if you can hit your 7-iron 190 yards, that's cool. But like, are you hitting it 190 yards and you're 40 yards left of the green? Or are you hitting it 175?
That's like
and
Yoder.
You're within 20 feet every time. I think that's far more.
Yoder,
impressive.
when he got his new irons, he got some Mizuno hot metals, and he goes, "Yeah, I was carrying my 7-iron 190 yards, and I saw him hit the clubs in person. And it doesn't matter if it goes 190 yards if it's in the woods.
Is he hitting it at a
Fight it.
PGA Superstore?
Yeah,
launch
on a
monitor?
simulator.
Yeah. Those things are juiced. That was one I was going to write down, but I feel like everyone thinks that
Juice
the
simulators.
simulators.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If it's not like a TrackMan outside, I don't really trust it.
How do we feel
Mm.
about like owning your own launch monitor that you take to the range?
I don't think you could just take it to the range. That's trying too hard.
I think
If
it's
you wanna
fine
set it
know
up-
what you're doing.
If you want to set it up and hit balls in your garage or basement and get some numbers, then that's whatever. But don't take it to the range. Nobody wants to hear your launch monitor saying 172 yards.
While you
It's
have your
lame.
9-iron out, yeah.
That's you. You're the big knocker of the group.
Me?
Yeah.
My irons?
You're
The irons.
my hole in one's 177 yards. I hit 9-iron.
Actually, I commend you for remembering the exact yardage. It's really nice.
You're
of you.
welcome.
It's right there. It's on the wall.
With an asterisk.
It-
That's fine.
It was also downhill, downwind, so
Hey, you played the shot right.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hit it good?
Clearly.
Oh, I hit it perfect. I hit it right where I wanted to.
Okay.
It was
That's one of
like
my biggest fears is
hitting a shitty shot and it goes.
getting my
Hitting
first hole
one.
off of
Yeah.
an awful shot.
Oh my god! So this was my junior year of high school. We were playing in regionals over kind of like Dixon area, Carter.
Yeah.
And this guy named Chase, shout out Chase if he ever hears this, but he was a year younger than me. And my junior year, I think I played the 3 or the 4. I think I was kind of alternating. And he was like our 5'6" guy. And regional tournament, like you just play 18 holes, team score, and then obviously individuals go to state. And this kid is like, I don't think he had ever broken 80 before. And obviously he like came to the clubhouse last. He was like 3 or 4 groups behind me. I played terrible. I think I shot like 89, something stupid. I wasn't in it. But he comes in and I was like, Chase, what'd you shoot? And he's like going to the score table. He's like, I think I shot 75, 74. And I was like, what? I was like, have you ever broken 80 before? He goes, no. I was like, what happened out there? He's like, well, I had a hole in one. I was like, you had a hole in one? I was like, what happened? And there's like this, I think it was like the 14th hole or something. It was a par 3 over the water. And it's just like canopy trees all everywhere. He goes, I like half shanked a shot, hit a tree, hit a rock in the creek, jumped up on the green and went in the hole. And I was like, okay, like sick. We're not going to state, but that's pretty cool. So yeah,
That's like the first time I played setting down with Carter. We were playing
Oh
on
my
hole
gosh.
4, and I'm playing like shit, right? Like I'm not that great at golf, and Carter's kicking my ass, and I hit my driver, and it's like left up on this ridge, and there's a creek down to my left, and I'm like, this is the longest par 4 I've ever played in my life, and I pull my 3-wood, and I'm like, I guess I just got to try to get to the green, and I hit my 3-wood. And I just pull it dead left. It goes across the creek, hits a tree, bounces onto the green, and rolls right past the hole. And Carter was like, "Oh my god!" And I think I 2-putted, and he goes, "Good birdie," and I was like, "That's a par," and he goes, "This is a par 5." I'm like, "Oh my god! No wonder it's
I
so
would have
long. I
never
literally thought I
played
was playing a
3-wood.
par 4." Oh my god, it was hilarious.
But yeah, good point, Carter.
So,
That's scary hold ones.
Well, that kind of goes into my other one. Golf courses with only 2 par 5s should be illegal. I don't care if there's a 410-yard par 5. Give me at least 3.
okay, so would you rather, so say your options are like a really short par 5 or like 17 holes? Basically, they
I'd
take
rather play 18
a
holes.
par 4 and a par 3 and make one par 5 and you have 17 holes.
And just put in a really short, give me a 96-yard par 3.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
You could
Would you
find the
rather
space
play
somewhere.
par 70 and have like would you want to play par 72?
Less par 4s,
Less par
basically.
4s and par 70 or
Yeah, less par 4s than par 70.
okay. What do we
You
feel
need at
about
least 3 par
like
5.
6 par 5s and 6 par 3s?
Yeah,
Like that
sure.
sometimes that feels too much to
I
me.
don't see why
I
not.
think it's too many. I think it's too many par 3s personally.
Par 5s and par 3s, I think, keep you engaged in the round. Being like, oh, there's a par 5 coming up, no matter what level of golf you play, because a par 5 just kind of screams a birdie at anyone. It
Yeah.
screams like, oh, you can have a good chance here to, make a low number. And when you get into the routine of like, oh, we have 8 par 4s coming up, that
Yeah.
just gets a little
Just
boring.
rattle them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
So
we're
I gotta.
3 par 5s kind of spaces it out pretty well throughout the
Yeah.
round. 4, I think, is the perfect number.
Well, that's why they make most golf courses with four.
Right,
So
but the ones with 2, let's get them out of here.
okay,
I,
that's fine.
I'm fine with that.
I will. I want to go ahead and ask this question. How do we feel about opening par 5s?
Ooh.
Um,
I
they're better
I
than
would rather
opening par
not.
3s.
I agree.
I see. I kind of dig an opening par 3. I don't know if I've ever played one, but I think it's sick.
I feel like I've played one course with an opening par 3.
I can't. It's Tobacco Road
Remember
opens with a
where.
par 5. I think that's a good opening
Is that
hole.
a par 5 or is that a par? No, that's a par 5, yeah.
Yeah, it's par 5.
Mm.
Deep Ranch opens with a par 5. That's a great golf hole.
That's fantastic. I birdied that hole.
I will say, like, I don't mind the opening par 5. I'd rather have a closing par 5.
Yeah, closing par 5 is
yeah.
almost a necessity,
Yeah.
Yeah, you want
for a
to be
lot
able
of,
to go out there and
especially for a bad course.
score one more time.
If there's a closing par 3, I would not be happy.
What about a par 3 number 9?
That's fine.
Yeah, great. I think par 3, number 9 almost screams par 3 to me.
I kind of agree. I'm doing a routing right now. It's kind of tricky the way the property boundary set up, and the only way to get back to the clubhouse is a par 3. So that's kind of how we have it set.
See,
Yeah,
I
kind of
think
love
I
it.
think I think 8 and 17 scream par 3 to me.
8, 17.
And then I think 9's a par 4. It just feels right. And then 18's a par 5.
What was the
What about the?
there's a
Go
scorecard
ahead,
I
go.
sent y'all the other day of a routing I did, and I thought it was like the perfect like layout of par. I can't remember. Keep talking, Carter. I'm gonna try and find it. I thought it was so good.
That 9th hole at Ulticoa, that could have easily been a par 3, and I feel like it wouldn't have taken away anything from that hole.
Yeah.
Kind of like a handshake, weird
Shout out to that
hole.
square green though. That was sick.
That was cool. Little turtleback square green
Yeah, no, I think
where Jeff threw a tee at you.
oh yeah, he was not happy with me. I think that hole would have been good as a downhill par 3. I agree.
Yeah.
But
Kind of
you would
where
have to
that
move
road
the
is.
tee box. Yeah. That's what I
Yeah.
was gonna say. But
My phone died.
it's like a weird par 4 in the fact that it's so severely turned in such a short distance.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, I think you could change that either way. It would have been fine.
I think
So
yeah, I think definitely two par 5s and 2 par 3s aside. Opening par 5, I'm fine with a number 9 par 3. I don't think you should start a 9 with a par 3, and I don't think you should finish a round with a par 3.
I think if you want to put 3 par 5s on the back, that's fine, and 1 on the front.
Yeah.
Really give me some chances to go out and make some birdies on the back 9.
Par 35, 37.
Yeah, I could get behind that.
It's kind of fun.
Okay, let's see what.
Or what's the next one?
This could go into the TGL, but
Ooh.
there should be a rule where you can hit one shot around left-handed, and it doesn't count.
It doesn't count?
It doesn't
No,
count.
it doesn't count.
What's the
No.
point?
Whatever you're lying there, if you make it left-handed, like if it's a tap-in putt and you're lying
Oh, you're saying
hit a
you get to hit
two-footer
one
left-handed,
lefty shot,
it
and then
doesn't
wherever
count.
your ball is, you're playing the same shot from there, basically.
So if I'm on
Yes.
in 2 and I make it left-handed, it's an eagle.
Yes.
Oh.
Or an
Make a
albatross.
20-footer left-handed, it's an eagle.
Should we start implementing this in our money games?
I think so.
No. Nope. Carter would kick our ass even more.
Carter's been secretly practicing left-handed.
Yeah, he probably has a full set of clubs.
Don't have a full set of left-handed clubs. I want to, though. I think that'd be fun.
You want to go on
Go lefty for a year.
the lefty
Yeah.
journey?
It would only be like 5 rounds.
That's true.
That's fair. Yeah. 2
How many
range
rounds
sessions.
do you think it would take you to break 90 left-handed?
From 6,300 yards.
Around the greens, I think I'd be fine.
I think
So
it's
the
I think
full
it's
shots
keeping it
are
in
the
play.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like if I could figure out how to hit an iron or a drive with whatever kind of, even if it goes 120 yards, and it's like a weird little half swing type thing.
I think you could half swing a driver 200 yards.
Like 40.
40.
40 rounds? I think it's less than that.
I feel like it would take me at least like 25, 30 to break 100. And then once I
And then you'd get
break,
pretty
Once I
After
break
that,
100, it's just putting.
how many rounds until you beat Heine left-handed?
Oh,
Is that the
six.
same as 100, breaking 100?
If I broke 100 playing Heine left-handed, I would feel pretty confident in beating him from 6,300 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say I could beat Heine in 30 rounds left-handed.
I think it's less than that. That dude stinks.
I think you could first time him maybe.
I want to play Heine where I play from the back tees and he plays from the very front.
The Reds.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's
Greens.
interesting.
Yeah,
Team up in the fairway.
see what that is. Mhm.
Start him 100 yards out from the green on every hole and see if you can beat him.
Wes asked Bob if I guess Bob asked Wes if he started on the green at the Masters, could he win?
Yeah, and he goes, yeah.
By
Yeah.
5.
I think that is a good question for a lot of people is how far out could you start? And I asked one of our strength coaches at Belmont that, and he said, well, if you start me on the green, I feel like I wouldn't. So start me like 20, 30 yards off the green. I didn't really see the logic. And this man has a lot of trust in his chipping ability.
I have none.
So he
in
thinks
mind.
he can chip better than he can putt.
Yeah.
I think you could
Which, hey-
start me. I think you could start me 150 yards away.
And you'd win
100,
the Masters?
160, and I would win the Masters.
No, absolutely not.
Dude, I'm hitting 8-iron into every green. Yeah, 8-iron into a par 5. I'm laying 1. Yeah, I'm winning the Masters.
I don't think you understand how
hard is it to hold the
small of
greens?
landing windows these are for you to like hit
I
an
think I
8-iron
could do
into.
it. I think I could do
You would
it.
have to birdie every par 5 all week.
I don't think you top 10.
I'm hitting my driver basically with my tee shot from 150 yards on a par 5. If I don't hit the green, I'm gonna be on it the next time, and all I have to do is 2-putt. I think I got it.
I think you're
Right.
underestimating how many times you're going to have to 2-putt. Like I think you're going to be tossing some
Think
5.
about how many
I think-
pros 3-putt on Augusta.
That's fine. They have to hit the ball 400 yards before they get where I am. Like it's a good big enough advantage. I'm gonna win the Masters.
I think that's insane.
I disagree.
I don't think I could do it from 100 yards.
Maybe.
100 yards,
100 yards,
like
150.
my max.
I feel like I can hit my 8-iron closer than I can hit my 100-yard 54 degree.
Well, that's the problem I'm having right now too.
Feel confident in it. Go ahead.
All the 8-iron's gonna do is hit once and stop. Got enough spin.
You have too much spin though.
No,
You're ripping them off.
no,
150. That's just so far. I don't know.
no. It's not.
And the pressure.
Yeah,
It's
you gotta think about all the
150
people
yards.
out there.
First off, you're also forgetting how much you're gonna be used to the 150 yarder. You're hitting 18 holes of 150 yards. You're gonna get that thing dialed in.
Yeah, but the second you nail somebody, I think you're shook forever.
We'll see.
I think you get the shakes at some point.
I think if it ever happens, everybody's just gonna have to sign a waiver. If this kid kills you,
Yeah,
he's not liable.
You can't sue him if you get killed. Yeah. I think what would your average score be on the par 3s? Are you just accepting bogeys and more?
Yeah, I'd take bogeys.
Let's see. How
I
far
think I'm
is
gonna birdie every par 5. And
Wow.
a quarter of the par 4s.
What's the longest par 3 out there? 6?
So
Doesn't matter. I'm hitting 150 yards.
it's probably
Even on the par 3s?
Hell yeah.
What about
You
on
said
12? Are
every
we
hole
putting
from
you at 150 yards on 12?
I think 5 is the longest par 3 out there.
5, that's what I meant. Yeah.
The 12th hole is
100
155 yards.
Yeah, it's money.
I would almost bet you that if you put a ball on that tee, you wouldn't hit that green more than 4 times out of 10.
No.
That's fine. There's only 4 rounds of the Masters.
I'm not doing that at my local muni.
I just better make sure that the 4 times I'm going to hit it are when I'm playing.
You're in competition.
Yeah.
Miss it every single time in the practice rounds.
Yeah.
Don't hit
Yeah.
that green.
Take 2 off
Yeah.
every practice round. Interesting.
I think I could win from 150 yards. I think Carter could win it from 180 yards.
I don't think Carter thinks he can win it from 180 yards.
I would almost say I know I couldn't.
I don't.
Yeah, dude, it can't be that hard. Think about this.
The greens and
There's
the undulation in the greens and where the pins are, my putting is nowhere up. Like
okay.
I would have to 3-putt
You
maybe
get a week.
5 times.
You get a week to practice out there putting and playing around. Like you get a week of practice rounds, so you know where to hit it. You get a caddy. You can definitely win the Masters.
Can I have a rangefinder?
At least from 100. No, you're 150 yards. What the fuck do you need a rangefinder for?
When I shank it and I'm 130 yards out?
No, Carter could at least win it from 150 yards, 100%. All you gotta do is survive the par threes, and then birdie a quarter of the par fours, and then birdie all the par fives.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible.
I feel like the max I would say I'm comfortable with where I would have a chance is around 100.
If you think about it, okay, you birdie all the par fives, that's 4 under for the round. You birdie all the par fours, or not all the par fours, you birdie 4 of the par fours, then you're 8 under for the round.
Yeah.
If you shoot 64, if you shoot 64 4 days in a row, you're winning the Masters.
Yeah, but I think you're all the other holes that you're not birdieing, you're bogeying.
I'm making par.
You're not making any bogeys.
I'm gonna make some on the par threes.
Okay, next time we're together, we're gonna go play around a golf, and you're gonna play from 150 yards on every hole, and we're gonna see what you shoot.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much you want to bet? I'll kick your ass.
If you don't break 60, I don't think you can win the Masters.
I have to break 60?
Well, you're saying you're gonna shoot 64 at Augusta.
I'm saying Carter's gonna shoot 64.
I don't.
Carter
think so.
doesn't
150
think
yards. I think
No.
you will. It can't be that hard.
Oh,
I think it's. I don't know.
no,
Move on to the next one.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Let's see. One's kind of boring, but I think no matter, golf is boring to watch on TV, whether it's the PGA or the Live, or maybe even the TGO.
We need a t-shirt cannon in golf.
Yeah. Or just
something to liven up the crowd.
Cheerleaders.
I saw on Twitter the other day some dude tracked every shot that was shown and like how much.
I saw
and
this. Yeah.
Putts were the majority of what was shown on TV, and I think that might be a problem there.
They showed like 15 of the
Putting's kinda
42
boring
people
to watch.
playing.
Yeah, it was like 50% of golf shots shown on TV were putts. I think we need a little more full shots in there. Full shots are what are the most interesting.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would like to see some nippy wedges. Like,
Yeah.
if you gave me 50% of like one hop stop wedges, I would be all in.
I want to see the guys blasting it into OB. Like, show me the carnage. Show me
Josh
more
wants to see the carnage.
I want to relate. That's what I want.
Yeah, give me the
Josh?
guys hitting it out of the woods. These dudes are so good
Yeah.
that if you put a camera on them when they're 25 feet in the trees, something good's going to happen 1 out of every 5 times.
Yeah.
Instead of
do
watching
you think-
some dude miss a 20-foot putt.
This is more of a question for Josh. Do you think you're better in bad situations than the average tour pro?
I don't know than average tour pro. I think if you dropped me and any like D2, maybe low D1 golfer in the pine straw right now, I would know what to do, and I would like complete the shot better than him.
It's
And
like,
I think this
do you
happened.
remember
I think this happened one time, didn't it?
do you remember when we were playing St. Marlowe and it was cold as hell, and Carter was up on the hill like this, and he had trees in front of him, and I'm like, Carter, you just gotta hit a draw around it. You just gotta hit a draw around these trees at the green. You can get your 4-iron there. And he goes, how am I supposed to hit a draw when the ball's like 2 feet below, literally below my feet? I have to reach down for it. I'm like, you want me to show you how to do it?
He's like Jack
And I
Nicklaus,
walk up
like
there
hit
and
the
drop
putt.
a ball. I walk up there and drop a ball and just hit this like 30-yard draw with my 4-iron. And he was like, how did you do that? Like,
Because we're
Yeah.
in the shit
Yeah.
all the time. Like,
I mean,
Just
I don't practice these things. I just have to pull them out of my ass, basically.
it was like how do you know how to hit this? It's because I've hit it a million times.
Yeah, that and me and Carter were playing setting down on Thanksgiving, and I hit a cut driver that was about
Oh my
chest
gosh.
high.
This was the best shot I've ever seen him hit in my entire life.
Driver off the deck. Literally,
On one
like I'm
hole.
standing here, base 16. I hit it on the
16.
right hill,
Oh yeah.
and I hit drive. I'm like, I'm gonna cut this around the trees. And Carter goes, "There's no way you're gonna be able to hit a cut driver off the deck, out of the rough, around the trees."
Ball above your
And
feet.
I hit it. Literally, I hit it, and it probably cut 25 yards and ended up just short of the green. And Carter was like, "Oh my!" Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, act like you've been here before. But yeah, I don't want to see driver bombed in the middle of the fairway. Like we see enough of that. I don't want to see putts
Yeah.
unless they're outside 30 feet. I want
Yeah,
to
I
see.
think
I have
that's
a
part of the
story.
reason. I think that's part of the reason that U.S. Open at Pinehurst was so good because there were so many just like bad shots, like
Oh yeah.
guys getting in unpredictable situations and they don't know what's gonna happen, and shit just hits the fan.
I'm tired of tournaments ending in the winners at 20 under. Like I
Yeah.
want single digit final scores.
Yeah, you
'Cause-
just basically want the U.S. Open all the time.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're here for. Like we're here to for late. Like we want to see you pull off the stuff that we can't do.
So
And, like,
Josh is
that always
out on
happens.
Birdie Fest.
Yeah, I mean, give me 3 birdies around, but like I want to see that double creep in there. Like I want to see you work for your birdies. I don't want you to, hit
Just
a
watch
bomb
Max
and
Homa then.
pitch one up there and make
Yeah.
a 2-footer.
Jordan Speed.
Yeah, they have the doubles creep in all the time.
It's like I feel like PGA right now is watching the NBA All-Star game to some degree. Like
Yeah,
they're only showing the best players. They're only showing them shoot wide open threes and making ridiculous dunks. Like you're not showing the shitty matchup where, these guys are averaging 80 points a game, but their defense is just gritting it out and making the other team score 79. Like I want to see the guys who are fighting for their lives on the PGA to keep their card. Like show me the shot that is $100,000 shot for these guys, or is that their life's on the line.
Josh wants a repeat of Week 18 in the NFL when the backups are playing for the Chiefs and getting their brains kicked in by the. He's like, give me that carnage. I want to see those guys fighting for their lives out there.
I want the carnage. Like I want the Monday Q guy to give us the info on like this guy needs to shoot 2 under in round 3 so he can pay for his mortgage. Like he's gotta make this shot on 17 to get up and down for par so he can continue playing golf for a living. Like give me the storylines. I want to hear more, and I don't want to see Hideki shooting 30 under. Like that's not fun. This isn't
Josh
this
is
isn't
like,
pop
give
show.
me the 72nd hole. Somebody on the tee who needs to make a birdie so he can feed his family.
Yeah.
Like it's just the PGA is an all-star fest, and it's fun to see our guys go out there, but at the same time, like where's the interest in all the other 100 guys out there with cards?
No, I'm telling you, the problem with the PGA Tour right now is that there's no villain.
Yeah, the villains took the money and ran.
They all went to live. And live itself cannot be the villain. We need somebody playing against these guys every week who we all hate. Saying we need Patrick Reed back.
I need him wrecking Porsches
I have a
again.
story on kind of the thing of pros being in 20 yards in the woods and, people thinking that they can pull off any shot that they want. Maybe the amateur golfer knows what to do better in those situations. So it was my first week. Was it my first week? First or second week in college in Memphis. And the FedEx playoffs were going on. And it was at TGC Southwind in Memphis. So we all went, and we were on, I believe it was hole 16, which is a par 5 straight up the hill. There's trees all up your right side, and then there's houses in OB left. And Shane Lowry blocked a ball way right into the trees, kind of where we were standing. So we're all crowded around the ball, and his caddy comes up and is like looking at it, and he can't really go forward. He's kind of got to hit this weird cut shot to get it out of the trees and back into the fairway. And someone in the crowd yells like, "Hey Shane, do you want me to hit this? I got a lot of experience in the trees." And he like giggled and he goes, "What I'm about to do, you won't be able to do." And everyone like laughs and giggles. And then he gets up and you can tell like his feet are open and his club face is open. So he's trying to hit this low punch cut to get it back into the fairway. And he hits this ball and he just absolutely double crosses it.
Oh,
And it just shoots left, duck hooking, going into the opposite rough in the fairway. And I like giggle and go like, I could do that. This caddy turns around and gives me like the dirtiest look I've ever seen. But it was pretty funny. He
that's
was
awesome.
also really cocky about what he was about to do, and the dude duck hooks
Just
it
didn't do
30
it.
yards into it.
Nice.
Shane, you got to get more down
Nice.
into it. You got to, finish low. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hey man, hold that face
Saw
open.
that thing off. Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, let's hear Carter's next take.
Let's see. Where am I at? What is this one? Oh, I already did 5. Do this one. I think if you're wanting to watch really good golf shots, like Josh says, he likes the carnage, but even for, let's say, his dad Jeff, who really just likes good golf, go watch the LPGA
I guess.
because
Yeah.
they hit it so much straighter and so much more accurate than every single professional male golfer. And I think that a lot of them could beat the men if they could just hit it 315 yards every single time.
I agree. I think
They
It's
hit the ball
it's
so incredibly straight, it's
it's
absurd.
amazing how straight it is. Like
Yeah,
since I've had Adeline, I've thrown on a couple LPGA just because I figure like she would when she starts watching golf, she'd rather watch them. So
you
like
want her to get
yeah,
used to
I'll
Lydia
just
Ko's
toss it
voice.
on. Yeah, exactly. I just toss it on and look at it, and I'm like, every time they hit a tee ball, I'm like, there was 3 feet of curve in that thing. Like
that's
it's
true.
just it's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I,
it's
I
ridiculous.
think just the LPGA has so many issues internally that they're not playing to their own strengths, and there's not enough love for the LPGA. I think Carter's right. Like if you want to see good shots, you want to go watch some mechanics to copy to fix your golf swing. Like don't be watching like Rory and the big hitters. Like their mechanics are completely opposite of what these girls are doing, and I think if you're going to mimic swings, you got to mimic the LPGA's. They've got some of
yeah,
the most fluid motions, and obviously I think it's due to build and body and flexibility, but I think that's something to watch if you're looking for swing changes. It's not the PGA.
That's a good one. I think it's like you said, anybody who's a big proponent of just good golf and good golf shots should take a look. Plus the guy tournaments, they can get kind of boring sometimes.
I do think
yeah.
to some degree the LPGA events are also boring. I think golf is like Carter said, golf's just kind of
Yeah,
boring to
golf can
watch.
It's
just kind of
boring no
boring.
matter where you watch it, but it depends on what. Do you want to watch a guy hit a ball 350 yards and then hit a wedge into the green and either miss a 15 footer for birdie or make it? And that's just kind of what the PGA is. But if you go to the LPGA, you'll get a little more variety and distance of shots and shot shapes and all that because they don't
Yeah.
hit it as far. And it's kind of the roll the ball back argument of the golf ball's flying too far. Sure, for some course it is flying too far, but also there's other avenues that you can go watch if you're so sick and tired of seeing everybody hit the ball. It's like women's college basketball versus men's college basketball. Of women's college basketball, they really run an offense and they have set plays and things that they're trying to do. Where men's college basketball, it's drive to the lane as fast as you can, kick it out for a 3. Drive to the lane as fast as you can. Oh, the
Hmm.
layup's there, take it, and that's kind of all it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
body somebody, get a board, like
Yeah,
run pick and roll until someone gets knocked
yeah.
over.
Who can make more threes?
Right, right. Whereas if
All
you watch
right.
the Auburn Tennessee game, that was nobody.
I just want to, I don't know if y'all are paying attention. I just want to go ahead and update the AFC Championship is happening right now. It's
I'm
29 to
watching it right
29.
now. I'm
Whoa.
watching
Yeah.
it right now.
I do not have that
So
on.
I'll
Yeah.
try and wrap
Just
this
wanted
up
to,
so we can get it going.
yeah.
What a weird
Yeah.
Would you
score.
guys rather take one club away from your bag or add one?
Take one away.
Yeah. Let's take one
It's
away.
too heavy.
You don't walk.
I
When's the
would.
last time you walked 18 holes?
There's nowhere to walk in Georgia.
No, there's not. There's absolutely
Not
not.
up here either. But I would say like I
No,
What
yeah.
club would you take away?
very rarely use my
I would take away
52 and my 3-wood.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
do hate your 3-wood.
The last time I
Carter
hit
hates
it, though,
his
I
3-wood.
striped it.
Yeah, he
I
did. No, I
striped
would.
that thing.
I think I would take away my 58.
Yeah, 60 degrees.
Don't want
also,
to use it
yeah.
that often.
Yeah, I could take away my 58. Although I hit a lot of spinners with it.
I've been hitting a lot of bunker shots with mine actually.
Are
I
you
like the soul.
raking your bunker?
No.
Oh, Matthew, that 3-wood I hit, I think it was a D917 or something from Carter's Garage
Yeah.
on 10. Oh my God. That was like one of the best
Dude,
3-woods I've ever hit.
Bag.
You should have taken that driver home.
I should have. Spencer still was, I don't think he was set on his
Oh
GT
my-
yet.
Yeah. Josh was
Yeah, I think
hitting
it'll
the
be-
shit out of that driver.
That's so good.
What about the wood club that Luke was hitting? My cousin.
Yeah.
What?
We
My
talked
age.
about that, didn't
Man.
we?
The Nelson Cup?
Man,
Yeah.
he was striping it.
The Nelson Cup.
It was the Nelson Cup.
Lance forgot Luke's golf bag. So Luke didn't have any clubs, and they had to make him a set, and he
I put a wooden
he had
driver in there to be
a
funny.
wooden driver, and he hit like every fairway with that thing.
He hit it better than any of us did.
That's
Mhm.
so
We all
funny.
tried to hit it on the last hole, and he by far hit it the best. I don't know what. It was magic in that club. I'm shocked he didn't take it home.
Dude,
Yeah,
what
he
a,
should
what
have
a
for
character. I'll never forget when he decided to carry the second time we played Bandon.
sure. Oh,
And we were like
God.
4 holes in. He goes, what have I done to myself?
Was it our last round?
Yes, he carried his bag our last
No,
round.
I thought it was our second day, or our first day, our second round. I think I'm gonna
Sorry, it was-
carry it.
I think it was our last. Yeah, no, it was.
No, you're right. It was the first time we played Bandon, wasn't it?
First time we
Yeah, it
played.
was the first
Bandon
time because we
Dunes.
played Pack in the morning and then we
That's right.
played Bandon in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm just gonna carry my clubs this time. And all I remember is like the first hole I look up and he hit his tee-ball way right and he's like up in the dunes
With his bag.
walking with his bag and his
40-foot high
face
dune.
mask on and he's like he gets back down and goes, this was a mistake.
My uncle keeps leaving the sunscreen on the tee box because he thought he
Yeah.
was getting sun. It's
No,
blowing.
Uncle Lance,
It's
maybe
blowing 40
45
miles an
miles an
hour.
it's Windburn.
Yeah.
We're hitting 4 irons and 160-yard greens. I don't think it's the sun that's killing them.
Luke, put your
Yeah.
sunscreen on. You got any?
My last one that I thought about for a little bit and it made me giggle when I wrote it. Reverse gimmies. When I say reverse gimmies, what does that mean to you?
I'm not sure. Reverse gimme. So like
Like if I make a 10-footer, like you're making me putt it again?
Yes, exactly.
oh yeah.
Wow.
Even I was thinking more along the lines of, a 4-footer just outside of gimme range. You make it, I'm making you putt it again.
Yeah, you have putted twice.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
That's kind of. I feel like we need to
I
just play
almost-
around with these all implemented.
I almost thought it was like if my putt is inside of gimme range, then your putt is good.
Oh,
I did think about it like
Oh,
that.
interesting.
Yeah. So like say
But
my
I like
putt's
the
3
idea of
feet
making them.
and Josh's is 20 feet. And it's like Josh's putt's good because
you
I'm
you
inside
have
3
to putt
feet.
yours. You
And I have to putt mine. That would be wild.
That is a good one.
That's got essence of Superintendent Revenge Round.
Yeah.
I want to play in
I
one
would
of those
love
so
to play
bad.
it. Yeah, I want to play in one.
I
I think
wonder
it'd be
if
sweet.
Betting Down did it before they tore up the course.
They should have.
They should have.
They
for
should have
sure.
just done some crazy stuff. We should have rerouted the whole course. Like, you play 1 tee to like 5 green, and then play like 6 tee to all the way to like 2 green.
I've done that before. I've played 3 to 4 I've played 6 to 7 and 6 to 11.
Played 3 to 4.
Yeah, that was fun.
You went like over the bridge, like into the
Yeah, I hit it over the trees. I think I went driver, 7 wood,
7 wood.
58 or something.
That's
I
kind of fun.
think it's cool when courses do like a par three tournament. Like they set up a tee box and every
Every
hole
hole's a
becomes a
par
par
3.
three.
That's kind of
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, that is fun.
I didn't play in one of those, but I played with a buddy who that day they had it and they still had all the tees set up, so we were hitting shots and into all the greens. But that's pretty fun, I think.
That sounds like a good like 4th of July event. You know, everyone's just hammered.
Yeah. I one of my friends whose dad used to be a member at Marietta Country Club when he was a kid, I guess, or a younger adult. He said that they used to have a New Year's Day one club challenge, and the course wasn't open. It was like these 10 members who went, and they would carry one club and a cooler full of beer, like a single
That's awesome.
cooler, and they would all go have a tournament. That sounds pretty sweet.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah. So, but any more Forest Carter, or is that our last
That's
one?
all I got. But I'll flip it to y'all. Give me one, change that you would want to the game.
Ooh.
Hot take, something that annoys you.
You're talking just game in general, PGA.
Just something. Give me a hot take about golf. Just something. I don't know.
Ooh.
It could be a rule change like the reverse gimme
I already
or the lefty
I already
flats.
mentioned that there should be more options other than 9 or 18 holes.
Yeah.
But I won't use that one. This is just a personal thing. The cart girl should come around more often.
This one gets brought up a lot.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean,
What, average 2 times you see
Two
her around?
two cart
yeah,
girls.
like
There needs to be
that,
Front
2
nine,
cart
back nine.
girls.
or there needs to be more snack shacks or something. Like,
Halfway houses. Give me some
yeah,
halfway
I
houses
need I
every
need
6 hole.
yeah, give me some quarter houses. Like,
Yeah, there you go.
I want one at in between 4 and 5, and I want one at the turn. That's fine, and then in between the next 4 holes or however you want to do. I want 4 options. That way, if I don't see a cart girl, I can get some more snacks or beverages.
That's a good one. I've got 2 for you. One, I think every first tee should have a separate putting green. I think Pinehurst number 4 has this. There's a putting green behind the tee box, and
Okay.
I think for the sake of, time, let's get our guys that are next up, right there on the tee box. Let's have them. If you're gonna warm up putting, let's have it right there. I think that's a good one. My second one is if you are able to walk a golf course, you should be walking. I think there's
See,
golf carts are. I'm kind of over golf carts if we're being honest.
I don't disagree with that, but it's got to depend on the golf course too.
I
Like,
agree. I don't disagree with that, but
it has to be a walkable golf course.
like Bandon is walkable. Everybody walks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think that
Like, I'm not walking Callahan.
no, God,
No.
no.
So
Or
it's just
Troubadour.
it's gonna
Oh my
depend
God.
on it's gonna depend on the course. But no, I think I would love to be able to walk more. That's one of the pros of Woodmont right here is a lot of people walk it, so um that would be that would be ideal. But no, I like the walking rule.
I think that two
How do
car.
we feel about the tee boxes that are on the putting greens? Like
I think it's
Matthew, have
so
you ever been to
sick.
Cherokee?
Oh
I haven't
yeah.
been to Cherokee, but they had it at Great Waters at Reynolds.
Yeah.
The very back tee was on a
Big
flat
old
tee of
putting
the putting
green.
green.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
big old
awesome.
putting green. Just put the tees on the putting green. I think
Yeah, I think it's
it
sweet.
might be perfect.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah,
I know I
it's
just
really
did
cool.
I sent it to you guys this week, but that rendering I did, they had a lot of like fairway kind of greenish connectivity to the like back tee.
hmm
So you're not like separate tee area from like the fairway grass of the previous hole, which I think is pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's sweet.
I'm
But
sure I could think of way
all
more.
right.
All I got. Ooh,
That's
bring
all
a football
Carter's
out
got.
of course.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I gotta do that.
that's a
Yeah.
great one.
That was a big one.
Yeah.
That
Next
was a
time
good
we all
one.
play together, I'm gonna try to find us a Nerf ball that whistles.
Love that.
Either that or the all weather. That's a throwback from my childhood.
All
The
weather Nerf
weather
ball.
the weather football. Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
one that you get wet.
Mhm.
That
Squeeze
thing
it
was
out.
sweet.
Okay, that's a good one.
Or Carter, we need to make one of those tape balls.
Yeah, that the Aaron Rodgers dude on TikTok has.
Yeah.
I think we can
Yeah.
make one of those pretty easily.
That's
Do that.
what we should do if we're playing with two groups, because apparently you can freaking launch those things.
Oh,
Throw it in between
he was
holes.
throwing them 80 yards.
Sweet.
So,
All right. Well,
all right. Well, it was good talking to everybody. I'm glad
Yeah.
Carter got on with us.
Yeah.
We'll
Thanks for
definitely
having me
have
on.
him back. So,
appreciate the hot
um,
takes.
yeah,
I'll start watching some tournaments and bringing some notes when it gets better
we need
into
some
golf
insight
season.
from the
Yeah.
college guy.
Love that. Well, cool. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. This one was a little sporadic, a little random, but we kind of like the idea of just jumping off the deep end and letting Carter hit
Just
us
wing it, man.
with some comments. So appreciate you coming on, Carter. We're gonna have you on a lot more, obviously.
Of course. Anytime.
Matthew, good to see you. Carter, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one.